Hello, trading is closed on April 10th, 2023. We'll do our disclaimer, go over our calls, make some predictions. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, which is April 11th, 2023. Once again, a reminder, if you want to order my webinar, please send me your email address. It saves me a lot of time. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this, and tomorrow should also have the early low. When I made the call, futures are up 9 handles, but I said just because they were up 9 handles, it didn't mean we would open up. Of course, it didn't mean we wouldn't, but that's what I said. I said this was a negative pattern, and unless we gapped and promptly overtook this high, we should see lower prices, even if we didn't close lower. So we got that, and so it's just a reminder of what we said. We said if we gapped up, there was a good chance of the reversal. Well, if you count futures, that's what happened, but I don't count futures. And since there was no gap up, I can't really say I made a call, even though everything I did say worked out. Let's take a look at the MEJT signals. We got an ultimate sell here. That's about the minimum, and we usually get more, even though we don't have to, and that's more. And when you hit your target, that's support. All these Fs mean the moves were false. They wouldn't stick. Prices have already retraced. Well, this is not the clearest pattern in the world for me. I'll do the best I can. We had a great chance of a high here. We started out dropping. But we're making all these lows, and then we're not closing under these lows, or even closing over these highs, and that's actually positive if it can be maintained tomorrow. I mean, you open way down here, that doesn't mean much, but when you have several days of dropping and overcome all these highs, if you can keep it through tomorrow's open, that's a positive sign. Now, there are all kinds of ways to count this. I still have counts which say this is over. If that's A and that's B, you can count C at 50% right there. That's the end of the wave, not the high of the move. This would be a C. And that's not the only count. You can count this as A. This is from the recent high. If that's A and that's B, you can count C equals to A, and then going in the other direction, that's A and that's B, and C equals A. So that would be A and that would be B, and C comes down. So if we drop from right here, you can still explain it. But I get a bit suspicious when you have decent sell signals and the market doesn't deliver. If we drop from here, it could still work. But I'm not totally convinced we are going to drop from here. And I'm no longer totally convinced that's going to hold. It's not the kind of thing I'm going to risk money on until I see how we open. And if we open way down here, this recovery doesn't count. But if that recovery holds, this is not sacrosanct, and that might not hold. Not a lock. Well, tomorrow's pattern has early low. It could still gap up. There were a number of reasons to believe last week's high would hold for a while. It still may. There's a timing target of someone else, as well as a wave count, which could justify dropping from here. But that time's about to run out. The markets refuse to maintain breaks to new lows, and is retesting areas left behind in the dust were it its intention to drop. Bears need to drop pretty much right from the open to keep the bearish scenario alive. That's not a lock, though. I'm not going to say I can't be wrong on this. I've been wrong before. But this is more of a recovery than I would expect. It's recovered through prior lows, prior highs. It still has to keep it at the open. Again, you open down here, that doesn't mean a thing. But you hold this at the open, I'm not so sure that's going to hold anymore. Tomorrow has early low. I'm not risking any money till I see how I open, and that's today's call.